Hello everybody, hello, my name's Charlie and I'm a baby and toddler sign teacher. Now I found doing baby sign language to be absolutely incredible with my daughter, and that's exactly why I changed my career and set up Etty Betty Baby Signs, because I just thought every parent should know how to do this. It's amazing. But I know there are still some worries and concerns and some views on baby sign language. So I wanted to do a quick video addressing all of those concerns. So hopefully you can feel as excited about signing with your baby as I did, and also be aware of all the amazing benefits that there are too. Myth number 1, signing delays speech. This is very often the biggest concern that many parents have when they first hear about baby sign language, and that they believe in some way or somehow it will delay their child's natural ability to acquire spoken language. This is absolutely not true. Even if you just take one thing away from this video, please let it be this, because not only is it not true, in fact, the opposite is true. And using signs and gestures alongside speech is something that speech and language therapists actually recommend to help and encourage and aid language development. There's been lots of research done as well all around the world on this, and every bit of research has shown that babies who sign actually tend to be early talkers. So if you think about how we learn signs at Etty Betty, we learn it through songs and we learn it through stories. So every time you are doing a signed song or a signed story with your baby, you're exposing your child to more language. And because you'll be thinking about the signs as well as the words to the song or the story, you'll probably find that you'll naturally slow down your pace of talking. And this is absolutely vital in helping babies to understand and also to be able to start copying the words and sounds that you're making. So you're helping them with every single song and every single story. And baby sign language is also about teaching them vital communication skills. You've probably heard before that a very small percentage of our communication is actually through spoken language. I've looked it up and it's 7% to be exact. And it's 55%, so a huge amount, 55% is visual. So that's body language, facial expressions, eye contact, and 38%, so again, a really big percentage, is vocal. So that's our pitch, our speed, our volume, and our tone. So again, think about how we sign at Etty Betty, and let's take a sign for an example. Okay, so if we take the sign cold, if you were to do the sign cold, you'd probably do it like this: cold, cold. Because the sign sort of pushes you into it, into scrunching up your face because you're cold, hunching your shoulders to do the shaky sign, and you can probably hear it, my voice going cold, quivering a bit. So what's that? That is facial expressions, that's body language, doing the hunched up thing, and the tone of voice. Plus, because your baby's going to be looking at you because you're doing something interesting by moving around and with the spoken word, that's eye contact. So that's 4 things before we've even spoken about teaching them the word and teaching them the sign, which is absolutely incredible. And one final thing to say on this: all babies, if yours haven't already, will go through a phase of waving, where they'll just wave at everyone and everything. I have never heard of anyone saying don't allow a baby to wave because it's going to stop them being able to say the words hello and goodbye. Like I said, there's been lots of research done all around the world on this, and there's just one in particular I want to tell you about because I think it's really significant. It's by Dr. Linda Acrodolo and Dr. Susan Goodwin, who began researching teaching baby sign language to babies about 20 years ago and have been looking at it over the last 2 decades. And all their research has found that not only did sign language not delay a baby's speech, it enhanced it, but most significantly, and I can't vouch for this because Etta's only 2, but I think time will tell, they found in their study that at the age of 8, the signing babies scored higher in IQ tests than the non-signing babies. Myth number 2, baby sign is just a fad. I have to admit, I was a little bit in this camp before I actually started signing with my daughter. I thought it might just be a way of making parents spend more money on classes, or just another way of making parents feel guilty for not doing everything like it says in the book, etc., etc. But actually, baby sign language reaches back almost 100 years. And like I said, speech and language therapists have been using sign language for many, many years too to encourage speech development. And once you see your baby's reaction to you signing, or you see their first sign to you, you'll absolutely know that baby signing isn't a fad and it is here to stay. Also importantly, the signs we teach at Etty Betty Baby Signs are proper British Sign Language or BSL signs, which is a proper language used by, I think, 250,000 people just in this country. And with fewer and fewer specialist schools for deaf children, it's really likely that your child could be at nursery or school or even workplace, which I know is a terrifying thought, but I'm talking much further down the line. They could work with someone who is deaf. I hate the idea of a deaf child or a deaf adult missing out on vital opportunities and vital friendships because other people can't communicate with them. We definitely can't say that a more inclusive society is a fad. Myth number 3, signing is hard. I totally understand this. But the thing that surprises people when they start signing with me is just how intuitive British Sign Language is. You'll already know so many signs without even realising it. So let's play a game, and I want to get you to guess what these animal signs are. So what would you say this animal is? Did you guess duck? It's just like a duck's beak. Okay, let's do another one. If you were to guess what this animal is, what would you say? What do they look like? Did you guess bunny or rabbit? Exactly, from the bunny ears. And doing this are probably things that you do quite instinctively if you were trying to communicate, even without realising that it's British Sign Language. So based on that, if you were to guess what the sign for drink is, what would you do? You just lift up a cup. See, you know so much more than you think already. Plus, these aren't evening classes with Etty Betty and there's no tests. So instead of finding it hard, parents tell me how much fun it is and how much easier it makes their day. It's something that you'll both be able to do together, something that you'll enjoy doing together. Plus, you get this huge amount of satisfaction at having achieved something huge at the end of the day. Myth number 4, it is too difficult for babies. I've heard a lot that using British Sign Language is too difficult for the baby to learn, and for them to be able to reproduce some of the signs because they're pretty precise and involve particular finger motions or positions. People say it's too difficult for small hands because they haven't learnt the fine motor skills yet. And that does make sense. I can understand why people think that. But it makes sense until you translate it into how children acquire spoken language. So when children start talking, they very often don't say a word quite right. The example I always give is that Etta would say wawa for water. I still knew what she was saying, and it was all part of her learning and development. She's now 2 and she can say the word perfectly. We see the exact same pattern with sign language. So for example, the sign for mummy is 3 fingers for an M that we tap on our head. But we see a lot of this, flat hands, because it's easier for small hands to do. But you will be able to understand them, even if they're not 100% correct or precise at first, which they probably won't be. You will learn what these approximations are, and as long as you continue to demonstrate the correct version, yes, that's right, mummy, they'll eventually get it. And also, some of the signs or the words that they make up themselves are just the cutest. Myth number 5. Teaching baby sign language is pushing a baby too hard and is only for helicopter parents. Even if you never do baby sign language, I'm pretty sure your child will start communicating in one of the following ways. Number 1, waving at everyone and anything, pointing at everything and anything, and putting their arms up to be picked up by you, which is just my favourite of them all. Babies have a natural inclination to gesture to express their needs, and using sign language does nothing more than just tap into that natural ability. Because from 6 months old, babies start to understand their own wants and their own needs, and yet they can't verbalise them. And that must be so frustrating. I mean, for them as well as for you as the parent. So all we're doing with baby sign language is offering a bridge so they can start to communicate with you before they can talk. So that's without crying, without tantrums, without having to get frustrated for either of you having to play a guessing game to know what they want and know what they need. Now, research has shown that babies who can sign, it really cuts down on tears and tantrums. So rather than baby sign pushing a baby, it's just allowing them to express themselves, which is exactly what they want to be doing. You just need to listen to that really cute baby babble to know they really do want to be communicating with you as soon as they can. So I hope that helps in addressing any concerns or worries you had, or anything that was stopping you from doing baby sign language. If you've got any questions, then always let me know. But if you head over to my channel, there's lots and lots of videos to get you started signing with your babies.